breaking through stars with an old geek spurt. Up in the attic by the glowing screen, cultures clash like you've never seen. Post-apocalyptic visions clash, tales of terror in a lightning flash. Up in the attic by the glowing screen, cultures clash like you've never seen. Post-apocalyptic visions clash, tales of terror in a lightning flash. That old Yorkshire geek with stories to unfold. Keep your eyes wide open and your soul won't grow cold. In the realm of the strange and the fantastical, lost in the dark but it's a light so magical. Magical. Whispers of Lovecraft in the dead of night, spaceships, sorcery, shadow fright, dungeons deep and castles grand, tales of might from this England land. That old Yorkshire geek with stories to unfold. Keep your eyes wide open and your soul won't grow cold. In the realm of the strange and the fantastical, lost in the dark but it's a light so magical. While dragons flame, hearts of heroes in the Hall of Fame. Flee or fight the monsters we dread, but the winds of wonder in his stories are spread. That old Yorkshire geek with stories to unfold. Keep your eyes wide open and your soul won't grow cold. In the realm of the strange and the fantastical, lost in the dark but it's a light so magical. Magical. The Zulu breeze while dragons flame. Hearts of heroes in the Hall of Fame. Flee or fight the monsters we dread. The winds of wonder in the stories are spread. That old Yorkshire geek with stories to unfold. Keep your eyes wide open and your soul won't grow cold. In the realm of the strange and the fantastical.
Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to a kind of an impromptu live news stream. And we're going to do my top 5 favourite movies of 1992. I thought, no, I'll do a news stream because we've had a bit of news today. I was a bit wary of some of the news items, with it being April the 1st yesterday, but we'll see how we go. Wingrace is here saying, oh, geez, Rick. I don't get it. Who's Rick? I'm missing something, obviously. Anyway, right, so before we start, don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. Right, we should be live on YouTube. Yes, we are. We should be live on Rumble. Yes, we are. And we should be live on Twitch. Yes, we're live on all those as well. Rick and Morty. All right. I have no idea why you're referring to Rick. I've missed something, haven't I? I've missed something. Anyway. Oh, crikey. Anyway. What was I saying? Explore the description for links for stuff like me books. Hang on, let me find them. They're under there. Hang on. Come here. Me books, Mercury Rapids, light-hearted sci-fi, action-adventure about UFOs and stuff. Silent Predator, a short horror novella about genetically engineered big cats eating the villagers of in North Yorkshire, the North Yorkshire village. They're on Amazon, Kindle and paperback. Give them a whirl. Just a bit of fun. Right, anything else? Merch. Merch. I don't know what I'm doing that for because this isn't my merch. I meant to put one of my t-shirts on and I forgot. Anyway, whatever. Merch. What else? Become a member and then you'll get exclusive videos and early access to videos and exclusive emojis and stuff like that. I can't think of anything else. Whatever. Right, we'll get on with it, shall we? Got a couple of trailers for me to react to. 2 trailers I've not seen, which have just popped up on YouTube in the last couple of hours, which I've not seen. A Star Trek one and a Star Wars one, so we're going to watch those. And then we've got some sad news to cover. You all know, but we'll do that. So let's get on with this news, shall we? These trailers. I'm trying to say. I'm sure I've forgotten something. I don't know, but anyway. Right, so I'll put myself down here and we'll have a look at this trailer. Is it that one? Yes, that one. Right. Let me go full screen. Let's try and be a modicum of professionalism. Oh dear. Right, here we go. Add to stage. Right, here we go. First one, Star Trek Strange New World, Season 3, official teaser. It's only a minute long, but we'll have a look and we'll see what happens, eh? Hopefully it won't echo, but we'll see. Because I'm not going to mute myself. Right, off we go. Are you ready? I've not seen this, by the way. Why is oldie worldy?
A reflection of their own world through the lens of fantasy. You know, science fiction.
All of that with weekly space adventures?
Let's hit it. Our reality has been changed.
I see it. I don't believe it.
Exciting, isn't it?
Good morning.
Good morning, bye.
Your host is dead, and one of you murdered him.
I got here just in time. We're going to wire the Enterprise.
Hello?
It's for you.
Port thruster standing by.
Do you realize how rare a show like this is?
Indeed.
We only have one shot.
That's all we need.
Hang on!
You know, Mr. Scott, we make a pretty good team.
Very good. Hang on, let's go back again. Right, we'll go through it. I wasn't over impressed, to be completely honest, but we'll see. We will see. I'll try not to miss anything. Why are they doing this? Is it because of the? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, right. So let's have a look at the images that we are shown. There's the Enterprise over some brown planet or moon or whatever. Yeah, so far so good. And now here we are. So is this Star Trek's version of? Is it, I forgot what they call it now. That Black Mirror episode that took the mickey out of Star Trek. Is it Callisto? USS Callisto, whatever they called it. So is this their version of that? God knows. But anyway, it's looking very 60s, isn't it? Looking very 60s. So they're trying to the riffing they're doing the original Star Trek, aren't they? I suppose you could say that. Maybe. Who knows? But whatever. This is the episode. Callister, that's it. Not Callisto, Callister. Thank you, Wingrace. I forgot what I was saying. This is the weird episode, isn't it? First season, you had the fantasy episode. Second season, you had the singing one. Obviously, this is the one, I presume, for this season. Where they're in a sci-fi, 60s sci-fi thing. Anyway. I went too far then, didn't I? We'll go a bit at a time. There's Captain Kirk. I forgot the name of the actor. I've forgotten. Looking very, very much like Jim Carrey. I've said this before, haven't I? It just reminds me more of Jim Carrey when he's doing his Captain Kirk in Living Colour. Just he is. They've even got a red door look with a porthole in it. Eh dear. Anyway, moving on. Lots of levers. It's fair enough. That's they're not letting too much out, are they? Oh look, there's an outer limits thing there, an oscilloscope. We are controlling transmission. I begin love the outer limits, the original ones. Anyway, let's get past this bit. Oh, they're going to whatever, aren't they? Because they're all going like that. Yes, they're being shaken about. I bet this is from the opening episode because he looks ready for action. This is the dealing with the Gorn. I've got a feeling I don't know if I'm right or not. I don't know. The first episode is going to be super serious, dealing with the Gorn, and then the rest of the season is going to be more light-hearted. That's what I think is going to happen. Wingray says, I like the Brad Wright Outer Limits too. I've never seen it. I don't think I've ever seen... They did it in the 80s as well, didn't they? And I don't think I ever saw any of those either. Maybe the odd one, I don't know. But I just like the originals. Anyway, so I bet that's from the opening episode where they've got to deal with the Gorn. That's what I think. Probably wrong. 10 new adventures, we're told. There we go. Why are they doing this like film reel thing? Is that relevant to the overarching story? Don't know. Or is it just a reference to that where they look like in the 60s sci-fi? Who knows? Why are they in the holodeck? Is this a holodeck or is this the... what they call it? Is it the recreation room from the animated series? I can't remember what that looked like in the animated series. It had like a console, didn't it? But I can't remember if it had the grid pattern in. But it just looks like the holodeck from TNG, doesn't it? So is this a time travel thing, or is it a prototype holodeck? Don't know. But anyway. Oh, and then they're going to the... Oh, see, it shows them going into... it goes off. The hotel. That reminded me of the Royale. Yes, it does look like a holodeck to me too. So is it another? It could be another time travel, unless it's like a prototype. There's a lovely Rebecca Romaine. Is she going to get her blue stuff on again for Avengers Doomsday? I hope so. There's the Doc, and for a minute I thought that was. Well, he's in the future now, isn't he? I forgot his name now. Hugh. I forgot his name. Hugh, the Doctor Hugh, not Hugh the Borg, the Doctor from the Discovery. I thought it was him for a second. Probably it can't be, can it? But he looks happy. Don't know who that is. Oh, it's yeah, I do know it is. It's that Australian fella, isn't it? Don't ask me his name. He was in Jumanji. They said he was going to be in it. So there he is. As some sort of bartender or whatever, I don't know. Is he going to be Cyrano Jones? I have no idea. Windgrace probably knows. Romance, look. In a minute. This Starbase 1 looks like it, doesn't it? How big is it? It looks too big for me for 23rd century technology. There's these huge waterfalls and mountains. But them starships look way too big in the background, don't they? Unless they're just false perspective mountains. I have no idea. Getting mad already. He's in bed, look, with Nurse Chapel. But they're changing it. They're not supposed to. But they're gonna, aren't they? It's a new timeline. It's a different timeline. It is. It's not Prime. It's not the Prime timeline. The timeline's changed, hasn't it? It's a different one. I suppose you could argue, to be completely honest, that every Star Trek series exists in its own timeline. Because it's been faffed about with that much, hasn't it? Anyway. Says, I don't think they're themselves in this scene. Oh, they're going to be another body swap. They're doing another body swap episode. Anyway, is that? I don't know. Is that somebody we know? I have no idea. That's sort of Uhura, isn't it? With mad. It's got Daisy Ridley hair from Star Wars. For some reason, I don't know. Why does it remind me of Firefly? The series Firefly. Just reminds me of that. A bartender with 3 arms. Oh, it's a what's his face, isn't it? Hang on, let's go back again. God, it's him. It's I forgot his name. Arix. I forgot his name. He was the lieutenant in the animated series, wasn't he? He's one of them. Don't ask me what race they are. There's Patton Oswalt. Was it Oswald or Oswald? Whatever. Playing a Vulcan by the looks of it. So is this going to be the episode where the switch into Vulcans? Who we'll see. But is he the Vulcan or a Romulan? But he's got a bunch of flowers, so is he in love with somebody? Don't know. Mystery. This kind of reminds me of the Royale. Is it anything to do with that? Probably not. Probably not. But it's some sort of Cluedo type. You call it Clue, don't you? We call it Cluedo, the game. You call it Clue. Type thing, innit? One of us here is a murderer. So that's so they're going to have 2 weird episodes, or they're just going to have one episode where lots of weird things happen. I don't know. Edosion or something like that. Is that what it is? I don't know. Got 3 arms anyway, and 3 legs, and a touch of analog. Oh God, we're going to see her now, aren't we? Oh dear. There she is. I hate her. I hate this character. She does my head in. Does my head in. Look, they're all wiring up the Enterprise. We're going to wire... She says that, doesn't it? We're wiring up the Enterprise. The Enterprise has got wires already. Duotronic circuitry. Obviously, something happens with it, and they've got to go old school, plug his old phones. Oh, it's going to be stupid. Alex Kurtzman's all over this. Looks like 5 or 6 weird episodes of it. Yes. I don't think I'm going to like season 3, to be completely honest. I think it's going to be poo. Look, answering the old-fashioned... Why have they got old-fashioned phones on the Enterprise? Doing me head in. That looks cool. Enterprise going through some sort of thing. He looks familiar. Don't know where from. Of course, he's cooking in his massive quarters. I wonder if he's still got his open fireplace. Is this a Gorn ship? This will be from the first episode. I bet it is. I bet that's a Gorn ship. Bet it is. Or it could be Klingon. Don't know. Somebody said Klingon zombies. I saw something. They're saying the Klingon zombies. Are the Klingon zombies? Are the Klingons? I have no idea. Or are there something else? I mean, they do kind of look like... Or there's something... I don't know. Like a cross between the Discovery Klingons and proper Klingons, aren't they? Anyway. The guy who looks familiar is Scotty from the... Is it? Oh, right. It looked a bit different to me. Oh, well. So I'll go back again. Him. Is it? Oh, right. Maybe so. I don't know. I thought he'd lighter coloured hair. Anyway, whatever. Oh, yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah. So we see him again at the end, don't we? They're running away. Other zombie Klingons, no idea. Shouting, photon torpedo, big button. Why is it so big? It's like a roulette wheel. Anyway, and they're in some sort of energy thing. Oh, there were a Gorn. You see it, there were a Gorn. Just call it an 8. Just call it a xenomorph, whatever. Looks nothing like a proper Gorn. But anyway, whatever. Maybe it's a Gorn. It's from the planet Gorn. And there's different sorts of them. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It didn't take long, did it? That didn't take very long at all. Unbelievable. Oh dear. That didn't take very long at all. Anyway, where were we? Shooty, blah, blah, blah. Debris. Oh, these are Gorn ships, aren't they? So, anyway. There we go. Coming this summer. Apparently, it's beginning of August, end of July, isn't it? Apparently. I think it is this, isn't it? Yeah. Somebody said July 31st or 1st of August. It might be July 31st in the States, August 1st everywhere else. I'm sure that's been reported. But it's just saying this summer there. And is that it? Oh, I know. Then we get Scott. He has got lighter coloured hair. But yes, it is him, isn't it? He's got different eyebrows as well. But did they make him into a Vulcan as well? Or was he still like half Vulcan or something? I don't know. He didn't have pointy ears, though, did he, before? But they're saying... for Pete's sake, here we go. I'm going to have to change this, aren't I? Because I've got it set to all. Paramount put out a tweet that the release was wrong. Oh, did they? Oh, right, fair enough. Fair enough. Right, just bear with me a minute. I've got to sort something out. Just got to sort something out. I thought we might have got away with it. I didn't change the settings for the live chat. I thought we'll get away with it, but no, we haven't got away with it. I'll change it to subscribers only. And you've got to be subscribed for a long time. Unbelievable. Right, there we go. Change that. Should be okay now. There we go. Right. Right, off we go. No, if it's somebody I know, if I ever found out it was somebody I actually know, I would go and punch him in the face. But anyway, whatever. Where were we? Oh, right, Scotty and Kirk. Oh, we make a good team. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, so there we go. So is it going to take Scotty away from the Enterprise to the Farragut? Who knows? Yeah, so there we go. So, yeah, whatever. To be honest, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it because I do like Strange New Worlds, but I've got a feeling it's going to be not great. I don't know. There's something about it. Stuff like that. Where is it there? Even if you say that they're not themselves, still don't like it. It's a different timeline. They're changing things. It's a different timeline. Right, so, yeah. I'm not over impressed, to be completely honest. So, anyway, not long to wait. I don't know. What are we on? April, May, June, July? 4 months-ish or whatever. Anyway, right. So, we'll move on to Star Wars and see if that does any better. See if that does any better. Right, here we go. This is Tales of the Underworld official trailer. I've not seen this one either. So, off we go.
Just do as I say. Never can be too cautious with strangers out here. Then again, you're no stranger. Lady Ventress.
We got a problem here. Just saw him right in.
We know what that is, though.
What's the situation?
He was your best friend.
Things have changed. You took everything from me.
Who are you?
I was Count Dooku's lead assassin. I don't want that life anymore.
Bane? No one needs to die.
Yeah, they do.
Get them.
You're gonna pay for what you did. This revenge, I hope it was worth it. It will be.
Well, that looked all right to me. Oh, shut up. That looked all right to me. But then again, I can never remember what's gone on before. You know what I'm like. Anyway. So we'll go through this again. There we go, some dicky birds of the Star Wars in nature. I don't really know who's who in this. Obviously not Cad Bane and Ventress. Apart from that, there's battle droids being turned into some sort of... that scarecrows, look like scarecrows being turned into, doesn't it? Not doing a very good job. What planet are we on here, by the way? It's not Tatooine because there's too much grass, so who knows where we are. Is this Corellia, I wonder, or some other world? Or is it that planet that we see in Ahsoka, where her with the Beskar spear, she was turning that, she was, raping that planet, wasn't she? Is this that planet or a similar one? I don't know. Looks like the Empire's up to its tricks, doesn't it? Anyway, whatever. Because it's stormtroopers, but it looks as though it's not too long after the Clone Wars, doesn't it? Even though we've got stormtroopers, because we see the clone trooper dropships, whatever they call them, don't we, in a bit. But anyway, so there we go. Lady Ventress, so she's not a Sag Ventress anymore. I don't know, but there she is, with a side shave, is it? Or is it just brushed back? I don't know. Anyway, so she's a goodie now because she's got a yellow lightsaber, we see, when she uses it in a bit. There's Cad Bane. So his story is going to be, about a friend he has forsaken, and they're going to end up having a duel, aren't they? And is it about a Sag Ventress gaining absolution for all the bad things she's done? Probably. Are they his medals? They're not obviously not hers. So is he? He looks familiar. I've probably seen him in Clone Wars cartoon, but what are he one of the generals or admirals or whatever in Clone Wars? They're all his medals. As I said, I can never remember who they are, but there she is with her yellow lights. They like the yellow lightsabers, does Disney, don't they, for some weird reason? But anyway, so she's trying to change that life, and she's going to fight. Is this a Inquisitor? We don't get a proper look at them, do we? But there's going to be a gunfight. See if it gives us a look at this Inquisitor. It's not going to, is it? Anyway. Oh, there we go. Another look there. Still don't get a proper look, do we? Don't know. Is it a new character? Is it somebody we know? I have no idea. Anyway, that's it. They've still got them chips, haven't they? Did they have them in the Empire? I don't know. We never saw them before, did we? But that's why I'm thinking, is it not long after the end of the Clone Wars? But anyway, we'll find out. Right, with this, May the 4th, Tales of the Underworld. May the 4th be with you. Looking forward to that, because I've liked the other Tales of the Jedi. I really liked the other one, Tales of the Sith. Yeah, we're all right, but I wasn't that bothered about it. This one looks interesting. I hope that one's going to be good. May the 4th. So what's that? Only a month away. Cool. Looking forward to that. Right. So I'm just checking stuff. Right. So we'll move on to the other news. As I say, I'm looking forward to that. That looks okay. Right. Next up. Stop playing. Oh, it didn't do it now. Right, on to the news. Here we go. First off, we've got 3 lots of sad news, actually. First up, 3 RIPs. There it is. First one, courtesy of Variety, Pat Saperstein, Val Kilmer, star of Batman Forever, Tombstone, and loads of other stuff, dies at 65. And there he is. Can you read that? Can you make that bigger? There we go. Val Kilmer, who played Bruce Wayne in Batman Forever, channeled Jim Morrison in Oliver Stone's The Doors. So I've never been a Doors fan. But were he up for an Oscar for that? I always thought he won an Oscar for that, but maybe he just got nominated. I don't know. I can't remember. and starred as a tubercular Doc Holliday in Tombstone. Died Tuesday in Los Angeles. His daughter Mercedes told the New York Times the cause was pneumonia. He was 65. He had been battling throat cancer for several years. Excuse me. Kilmer's reps did not immediately respond to Variety's request for comment. Can I get rid of that? Was that no, never mind. The baby-faced blonde actor had a solid run as a leading man with a volatile reputation in the 80s and 90s, starring in Top Gun, Real Genius, Willow, Heat, and The Saint. He returned briefly to screens in 2022's Top Gun Maverick, although he could no longer speak due to his cancer. Yeah, it was a nice scene that he had with Tom Cruise in that. Quite emotional, I must admit, when I saw that. In 2021, a documentary on his life, Val, was released. I think it's on. I think Gary from Nerdrotic. I think he said it's on Amazon Prime. Anyway, his son provided the actor's voice, and the film utilised hundreds of hours of video he had recorded over the years, giving a revealing look at the sets he worked on and showing the actor to be an introspective thinker with an artist's soul. Kilmer took over from Michael Keaton for Joel Schumacher's 1995 Batman Forever, receiving mixed reviews for his take on The Dark Knight. I really like Batman Forever. It's my second favourite Batman film. After Batman Returns. He was replaced by George Clooney for 1997's Batman and Robin, a notorious flop that nearly killed the franchise. Well, it kind of did, didn't it, for a while? Anyway. The New York Times said of Batman Forever, the prime costume is now worn by Val Kilmer, who makes a good Batman, but not a better one than Michael Keaton. Well, no, just a different one, wasn't it? But he was good. He was good in the role. After reportedly turning down a role in Francis Ford Coppola's The Outsiders, Kilmer broke out with a starring role in 1984 spy spoof Top Secret, in which he played a rock star and sang his own songs. Following his, I think it's funny, it's Top Secret. It's a Abrams, Zucker Brothers, Pat Proft, etc. comedy, isn't it? Along the lines of Airplane, it's slapstick and zany. Following his turn, I think is it Top Secret that's got Peter Cushing in with the magnifying glass? If you know, you know. Following his turn as a brainy college student in the 1985 sci-fi comedy Real Genius, I've never heard of that one. I've heard it mentioned a few times today, obviously because of his passing away, but I've never heard of this film, Real Genius. He became a major star, appearing opposite Tom Cruise in the worldwide hit Top Gun. Kilmer met his future wife, actress Joanne Whalley, on the set of Ron Howard's fantasy film Willow, and then appeared with her in Kill Me Again in 1989. One of his most memorable roles was playing the charismatic and doomed Morrison in Oliver Stone's 1991 The Doors. Kilmer memorised the lyrics to all of Morrison's songs before his audition, and he immersed himself in the role, wearing clothes similar to the singers for close to a year. Roger Ebert wrote of his turn as Jim Morrison, "The performance is the best thing in the movie, and since nearly every scene centres on Morrison, that is not small praise." After Batman Forever, New Line persuaded him to come on board the trouble production of The Island of Dr. Moreau, where Kilmer tangled with both the film star Marlon Brando and director John Frankenheimer. It was originally Richard Stanley, wasn't it? Originally, the director. It's not a bad film. It's weird, but it's not a bad film, despite all the problems it had. Anyway, frustrations on the production mounted when Brando refused to come to the set, and the documentary Val revealed a tense set where crew members grimly joked about Brando's stand-in named Norm. Frankenheimer, the second director to work on completing the film, as I said, it was Richard Stanley. I think it was Richard Stanley originally. Reportedly said, "There are two things I will never ever do in my whole life. The first is that I will never climb Mount Everest. The second is that I will never work with Val Kilmer ever again." So he's had this reputation, didn't he, of being difficult on set. In the 1990s, Kilmer starred in Michael Apted's western Thunderheart and The Real McCoy, but had a small but memorable role as an Elvis-like mentor in Tony Scott's True Romance. His role as that's another film I've never got round to watching, True Romance. Apparently it's amazing, but I've never got round to watching it. Written by Quentin Tarantino, wasn't it? Anyway, his role as a sardonic Doc Holliday in Tombstone was one of his most beloved performances, and in 1995 he appeared in Heat alongside Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. He went on to star in The Ghost and the Darkness and the forgettable remake The Saint, which he shot instead of returning as Batman in Batman and Robin. Kilmer implied he didn't return as Batman because of scheduling issues, though Schumacher's description of him as psychotic could also have been a factor. After the mid-1990s, the studio roles dwindled amidst his reputation as difficult and combative, and he appeared mostly in independent films and supporting roles such as Stone's poorly reviewed Alexander. Oh, yes, he played Alexander the Great's dad, didn't he? I forgot his name. Yes, he played him, didn't he? I like Alexander. I think it's a good film. Born in Los Angeles, Kilmer was raised in Chatsworth and attended Hollywood Professional School and the Juilliard School. He appeared off-Broadway in The Slab Boys, co-starring with Sean Penn and Kevin Bacon before his first TV role in the after-school special One Too Many, which also starred Michelle Pfeiffer. He did voices for animated films, including The Prince of Egypt. I love that film. Always gives me, I don't know, the shivers for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm secretly religious, I don't know. His other films included At First Sight, Red Planet, which we're going to do eventually one day, I hope, in Magnificent Mondays. I've got this thing, I'm going to do a double bill. I'm going to do Red Planet and Mission to Mars. But anyway, yes, Wingate, yes, Let My People Go. Yes, that's Prince of Egypt, isn't it? Red Planet, Pollock, The Salton Sea, Wonderland, and The Missing. They've not mentioned Kiss. Oh, they are doing it in a minute. Kilmer continued working in films including Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is really, really good, with Robert Downey Jr. Deja Vu with Denzel Washington, which I also enjoyed that one as well. Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans, and The Snowman. Not the We're Walking in the Air. Not that one. A different one. A lifelong Christian Scientist, Kilmer was unwilling to confirm his cancer diagnosis when it was revealed by Michael Douglas in 2016. He combined his fascination with Christian Science founder Mary Baker Eddy with his love of Mark Twain in a screenplay that featured the two figures. He toured the country with his one-man show Citizen Twain for several years, which incorporated film and live readings of the humorist's work. I know nothing about Christian Science, although I've heard of it. In 2012, Kilmer received a Grammy nomination for Best Spoken Word for an audio production of Zorro, his memoir. I don't know why that came out like that. I'm Your Huckleberry, named for a line in Tombstone, was published in 2020. There's another film that everybody raves about. I have seen Tombstone, but I think I've only seen it once, long ago. Never got around to watching it again. Kilmer lived for many years on a ranch in New Mexico where he continued to own land after selling off most of the ranch. He also painted and helped oversee theatre programmes for high schoolers to perform Twain and Shakespeare. He was divorced from Wally in 1996 and is survived by a daughter, Mercedes, and a son, Jack. Wingate asks, what would you like on your tombstone? I couldn't give a toss, I'd be dead. Put what you want on it. Oh dear. Don't care. Yes, have that on. Don't care. That's on my tombstone. Anyway, so there we go. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer. A great actor and all that stuff. That's a pizza ad from here that ran for years. What would you like on your tombstone? Is that it? All right. Tombstone is a pizza brand. All right, I see. No idea. Of pizza brands that we've got over here, like famous ones, we've got like, I don't know, Chicago Town, Dr. Oetker, and that's about it really. That's all I can think of, famous ones. But anyway, whatever. Right, so, rest in peace, Val Kilmer. Yes, very, very sad, very, very sad. But not unexpected. He'd been ill for a long time, hadn't he, with his throat cancer and all that. But still sad, nonetheless. And 65, I actually thought he were older than that. He's not that much older than me, which is depressing. But I thought he were older than that. But anyway, we've got to move on to another sad one. Another sad rest in peace obituary. Is it this one? Yes, it is this one. Right, so you don't even have Digonio. I don't know. We have got another one. I don't think it's that, but it's a similar sort of name. But I can't remember what it is. I don't often buy pizzas, frozen pizzas or whatever. If that's what they are, I don't know. But anyway, where were we? Right, I'm adding this to the screen, aren't I? Right, here we go. This from Red Shirts Always Die, Ian Spelling. Remembering Star Trek and Star Wars actor Clive Revill, 1930 to 2025. One of the handful of performers to appear in both Star Trek and Star Wars, has passed away at the age of 94. And there he is, from 2020. I hope I live to be 94. Don't think I will. Right, the great New Zealand-born actor Clive Revill. I was thought we were English. Pardon me. Speaking of New Zealand, sorry for this, but I saw an amazing film last night. A New Zealand film. The Rule of Jenny Penn, starring Geoffrey Rush and John Lithgow and I forgot his name. George. I think it's George Heckardy or something like that. Amazing film. But that's a New Zealand film that just reminded me. If you can get a chance to see it. The great New Zealand-born actor Clive Revill has passed away at the age of 94. He died in Sherman Oaks, California, having succumbed to dementia on March 11th. The sad news was, I've never understood how can you succumb to dementia? How can dementia kill you? I've never understood that, but anyway. The sad news was confirmed to the Hollywood Reporter by his daughter, Kate Selsby Revill Oglesby. It's a hell of a name. Revill's storied career. I wonder if she's related to Randy Oglesby, another Star Trek actor. Maybe she married him, I don't know. Revill's storied career encompassed performances on the stage, silver screen and television, and spanned from Shakespeare to horror and Star Trek to Star Wars, and included many voice acting credits. Revill, who would have turned 95 on April 18th, entered the Star Trek universe in 1991 when he guest starred as Sir Guy of Gisborne in the 4th season Star Trek The Next Generation episode Cupid. Everybody's now going, I am not a merry man. The character seeks to marry Maid Marian / Vash, Jennifer Hectrick, and ultimately clashes with Robin Hood, or as Americans say, Robin Hood, Captain Picard, Patrick Stewart, and his merry men, of which Worf is not one, a.k.a. Dr. Crusher, Gates McFadden, Worf, not a merry man, Michael Dorn, Data Brent Spiner, Riker, Jonathan Frakes, and Troy Marina Sirtis, who's rubbish with a bow. It can progress to the point where you can't breathe, swallow, or your heart can't beat correctly. All right, see, I always thought dementia were just, basically losing your faculties. I didn't know it would actually could affect you physically. But anyway, so there you go. Shows what I know, nothing. Anyway, among Revill's other credits, he provided the original voice of the holographic Emperor Palpatine in Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. He delivered the chilling line, "There is a great disturbance in the Force." He actually sounded a bit like Alec Guinness, didn't he, in that? Years later, when Ian McDiarmid played the character in several films, George Lucas removed Revill's voice from Empire Strikes Back and replaced it with McDiarmid's voice. Yes, he did. Which is fair enough, I suppose. But he also changed Boba Fett's voice, didn't he? Removed Jason Wingreen, have I got that right? With Tamara Morrison's, didn't he? Anyway, his decades of theatre work include Twelfth Night, probably going to mispronounce this, Irma La Duce, I don't know, Oliver, Sherlock Holmes, and The Pirates of Penzance. He earned Tony Award nominations for that one I've just said, and Oliver. Among his films were Modesty Blaze, The Private Life of Sherlock Holmes. I always remember that from when I was a kid. I've actually got it, and I keep meaning to rewatch it. But I remember when I watched it as a kid. It used to scare me. But anyway, directed by Billy Wilder, and it's about the Loch Ness Monster of all things. Avanti, the popular horror film The Legend of Hell House, which is a cool film, and his film also stars Roddy McDowall and Michael Gough in a non-speaking, non-moving role. Anyway, and his final feature, 2016, is The Queen of Spain. Interestingly, given the Star Trek connection, Revill made his television debut in a 1957 episode of The Adventures of Robin Hood, which cast him as Horatio. And he played the small role of the fire marshal in the Mel Brooks big screen comedy Robin Hood Men in Tights, which cast Patrick Stewart as King Richard. You know, I've never seen Robin Hood Men in Tights. Subsequent television credits include a mix of live action and animated work such as Columbo. He played the last killer in the final regular episode of the show, Wizards and Warriors, Snorks, The Transformers, Batman the Animated Series, Babylon 5. What were in Babylon 5? And Pinky and the Brain. Finally, he also lent his voice to such video games as Star Wars X-Wing, The Hobbit, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, and Star Wars Old Republic. Revill leaves behind his daughter, Kate Selsby Revill Oglesby. So there we go. Very sad, but I hope I live to be 94. I don't think I will. But anyway, so there we go. So rest in peace, Clive Revill. Sir Guy of Gisborne and the Emperor. Right, move on. We've got one more, and then we can go into maybe happier news. Maybe. He was Trackis in Born to the Purple. Oh, right. I can't remember who that is. I know the episode. It's a Centauri-centred one, isn't it? But anyway. Where were we? Right, next one. The next sad passing. Here we go. Patty Maloney. This is from Extra. Patty Maloney, far out space nuts and Star Wars holiday special star, dies at 89. Curiously enough, I've uploaded the Star Wars holiday special, me watch along or whatever of it to the channel. If you remember, for members only. So if you remember, you can watch that with me in the corner, groaning at it. He had a bunch of makeup on, all right. Patty Maloney, one of the most famous and successful little person actors in Hollywood history, died Monday at 89 following a series of strokes. The Hollywood Reporter reports. Maloney's career began at 12 when she saw little people performing in a carnival and realised, if they can do it, I can do it too. Her parents allowed her to spend a summer with the show, a full-on vaudeville performance featuring miniature people. So I shouldn't laugh. As celebrity lookalikes and in elaborate dance numbers. It's like they put it in miniature people. After that, she performed with the Ringling Brothers Circus, but it was no old-fashioned freak show. I'm not mincing the words, are they? I had a great childhood, she recalled to interviewer Joan Quinn in 1994, and it was all my choosing. Sorry, my eye keeps wandering over to the hot galleries. As a young woman, she honed her dance skills in New York, but left show business while married for 7 years. The sudden death of her husband propelled her back into entertainment. Maloney appeared in the TV movies Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, 1973, which is really good. And I want to see it again, but I can't find it anywhere. I'll have to have another look for it. It's really good. It's better than the Guillermo del Toro produced remake. The original is one of them really good TV movies. Anyway, I presume she played one of the creatures. And Punch and Jody, 1974, before landing one of her most famous roles, playing space alien Honk on the Sid and Marty Krofft Saturday morning kids show Far Out Space Nuts, 1975. Never heard of it. As outrageous as the show was, it wasn't the wildest thing on her resume, which included appearing on the camp Brady Bunch Variety Hour, 76 and 77, and in the TV movie The Bay City Rollers, which were a popular, I don't know if they were in America, but popular British pop group. Meet the Saturday Superstars, 1978. I got my mum to make me some Bay City Rollers trousers, because there was a Scottish band, the Bay City Rollers, and they always had like tartan stripes down their flares. And I got my mum to make me a pair of Bay City Rollers kecks, as we used to call them. Oh dear. The good old days. Most notoriously, she played Chewbacca's son Lumpy in the widely derided Star Wars Holiday Special, a discified disaster from 1978 that became a holy grail for collectors in the pre-digital era. As I said, you can watch it on my channel, if you remember. But even then, I got a copyright strike, and not strike, copyright claim, and I've had to trim out. I think it's the cartoon section, the animated section. Where you get to meet Boba Fett, they want that taken out. Anyway, 4K. No, it's not in 4K. You're on about. Well, there's a video on YouTube of Lumpy clapping for an hour. Crikey, I want to see that now. I'm going to click on it, so we're not going to watch it for an hour. Wrong button. There we go. That's enough of that, isn't it? How do I go back? Hang on. Back. There we go. Dear. She was in Under the Rainbow, 1981, about what went on behind the scenes during the filming of The Wizard of Oz. I've heard of that film, but I've never got around to watching it. 4K cinema. What are you on about 4K cinema for? I have no idea. I've said something. I have no idea. Yeah, apparently the little people in Wizard of Oz were a wild bunch, apparently, weren't they? But anyway. Two different statements. You're confusing me, Win Grace. I don't know what you're on about. Anyway. Where were we? I'll start this again. All right. I was asking if the holiday special, presumably, was in 4K, saying the clapping clip was cinema. Oh, right, okie dokie, right, fair enough, right. I get you now. Right, where were we? Yes, it is. The clapping clip is pure cinema. And no, the holiday special's not in 4K. As far as I know, you never know these days. Somebody might have done it. Right, where were we? I'll start this again. She was in Under the Rainbow, 1981, about what went on behind the scenes during the filming of The Wizard of Oz, as well as Swing Shift, 1984, Ernest Saves Christmas. My son, when he was a kid, he used to love the Ernest films. I've never watched a single one of them. 1988. The Addams Family, 1991. I bet she played Cousin It. I bet she did. And Twin Falls, Idaho, 1999. The other work included a voice part. Oh, hello, Justin 34. Welcome to the show. Other work included a voice part in the Ralph Bakshi animated version of The Lord of the Rings, 1978, and appearances. Oh, pardon me, I'm burping. And appearances on the hits Charlie's Angels. I'm guessing. Well, yeah. Do you mean on the hit shows? Is that what I was supposed to say there? Charlie's Angels, Rhoda, 1977, The Love Boat, 1978, Little House on the Prairie, 1982, Married with Children, 1990, and My Name is Earl, 2005, her final performance. She worked extensively with Hollywood's most iconic little person, the late Billy Barty, who, he's been in loads of stuff, but for, geeks, I suppose, he were in Masters of the Universe, wasn't he? Saying in 1994, I spent a lot of my career playing Billy Barty's wife. Just about every time he had a wife, I was the one that was the wife. While she voiced Darla, On an animated The Little Rascals, 1982 to 83, one thing she never did in her career was stand in work for child actors. Child actors stood in for her. As of the 1990s, Maloney was belting on stage in a one-woman show. She's survived by her brother, nieces, and her brother-in-law. So there we go. So very sad. So rest in peace, Patty Maloney. And there she is. With Billy Barty. That's Billy Barty, isn't it? There. So there we go. On there they are. They are dancing on the Cheryl Ladd TV special. Remember her? She was in Charlie's Angels, wasn't she? After Farrah Fawcett left, they got Cheryl Ladd in, didn't they? Anyway, so there we go. So rest in peace, Patty Maloney. Dies at 89. I hope I make it to 89, but I don't think I will. Right, moving on. To hopefully happier news. We will see. Won't we? Right, next up, Supergirl. Not the TV show, the movie. I think it's a movie. Yeah, anyway, whatever. Here it is from Nerdist Eric Diaz. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, begins filming. James Gunn's new DCU, DC Cinematic Universe or DC Universe, whatever, is getting ready to launch in cinemas all over the globe next year with the release of Superman. But just 1 year later, Kal-El's cousin Kara, aka Supergirl, is hitting the big screen as well in the character's first feature film in over 40 years. The original, of course, starring Helen Slater, which not the best film, but it's fun. Because it's also got Peter Cook and I forgot what they call her now. Super famous actress, I've forgotten her name. Eyes of Laura Mars. That one. I've forgotten her name. Anyway, it might tell us in a bit. On January 23rd, 2025, Gunn shared a photo of star Millie Alcock sitting in the director's chair with the Supergirl logo on it. He explained that cameras are rolling on what will be the DCU's second feature. And there's a tweet. Thrilled to see cameras roll at Warner Brothers Studios Leavesden on Supergirl with Craig Gillespie at the helm and the phenomenal Millie Alcock as our Kara Zor-El. Craig Gillespie brings an incredible sensibility to this story, and Millie is every inch the unique Supergirl envisioned by Tom, whoever did it. I'll not click that because it'll open up another window. But there she is, back to us with the Superman logo, the House of L logo on. Here's everything we know so far about DC Studios' upcoming movie with the Girl of Steel, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Hang on, click on read more. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. There's from the comics. Like the comic book upon which it is based, the title of the film is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. It will be the second film in James Gunn's Chapter 1 of his new DCU titled Gods and Monsters. And there's things from the comics. Based on the 2021 to 2022 series of the same name by Batman writer Tom King. They're always doing the new stuff, aren't they? They never seem to go back to the old stuff. Anyway, whatever. And artist, don't I pronounce that, Bilkis Evely? No idea. The film will be a grand intergalactic adventure. In this story, Kara Zor-El, Superman's young cousin, will embark on a journey through space on her 21st birthday. Joining her on this adventure is Krypto, the superdog. In space, she meets a young alien girl named Ruthie, who asks Kara for her help in getting revenge for the killing of her family by a man known as Krem of the Yellow Hills. Kara is far more jaded than her cousin Kal-El, who came to Earth as a baby. In stark contrast, this version of Kara witnessed the destruction of her home planet at age 14, changing her outlook on life going forward. There's another tweet. There we go, see Millie Alcock there. I don't think she's attractive. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. I know I'm no oil painting. Who am I to criticise? I just don't think she's attractive. She's got nice hair, but I don't know. I don't think she's attractive at all. I didn't think she was attractive in House of the Dragon either. She's a good actress, fine, but I don't think she's Supergirl. I don't think she's Supergirl. Anyway. Wingre says if they went back to the old stuff, it would be all Lois accidentally getting married to other men and Superman calling her an idiot. Which is exactly how it should be. Get in the kitchen, Lois. That's what he should be saying. And Jimmy Olsen becoming apes and aliens. Yes, do that instead. But no, they've got to do the modern stuff. So they'll have the women being in charge and talking down to the men and showing how the men are stupid. Anyway. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow is directed by I, Tonya and Cruella director Craig Gillespie. Not seen either of those films. From a script by Ana Nogueira, probably mispronouncing that as well. Although she has written screenplays before, most know Nogueira, as I said, probably mispronouncing it, from her role in the CW series The Vampire Diaries. Another thing I've never seen. No, I'm lying. I saw the very first episode of season 1 and never watched it again. Oh dear. Justice says she's cute, but the movie plot sounds meh. It's on another planet. It's got nothing to do with Earth, has it? But anyway. DC Studios co-heads James Gunn and Peter Safran are producing. Of Nogueira, Gunn said, Anna is an amazing writer whose screenplay adaptation of Woman of Tomorrow is above and beyond anything I hoped it would be. Is that creme of the Yellow Hills? I don't know. He later said via The Hollywood Reporter, writer Ana Nogueira, I'm probably mispronouncing it, came in as she pitched the story to me of Supergirl, and it was just one of the best pictures I ever heard. And she immediately wrote it. She came in with the first draft that was great, and it's just gotten better and better. Then director Craig Gillespie has been incredibly easy to work with, and I can't wait for that to come out. And there's Millie Alcock in House of the Dragon. Our titular Woman of Tomorrow is none other than House of the Dragon star Millie Alcock. As fans probably know, she played the younger Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen in the first season of that series. Joining her is Belgian actor Matthias Schoenaerts, famous for his role in Netflix's The Old Guard. Oh, I think I saw that one. Was that one with... I forgot who were in it now. Somebody famous were in that. But it was good, I enjoyed it. I can't remember what happened. But the name rings a bell. Wingray says, I wouldn't mind seeing more of the Supergirl from The Flash, but she wasn't the typical look. If you say so, I thought she was alright. Melissa Benoist, or Benoist. I don't know how you pronounce it. Melissa Benoist. But it's Charlize Theron. I was going to say Charlize Theron, but I couldn't remember if it were her or not in The Old Guard. Yeah, they were like ancient people that... Whatever, but anyway. Oh, no, the Flash movie. Oh, right, sorry. Supergirl from the Flash movie, right, fair enough. I don't know who played her. I don't know. I know what you mean, but I don't know who played her. Here, he is the antagonist of the film Creme of the Yellow Hills. Although not confirmed, we imagine there will be some kind of smaller role for David Corenswet as Kara's cousin Superman. Who we're looking at there? I have no idea. Who's that? I don't know. Anyway. Eve Ridley, is that who that is? I have no idea. Will also star in the film as Ruthie Mary Knoll. This character is central to the comics that the film is based on, in which this alien girl discovers the death of her father by a villain named Creme. Her quest for vengeance leads to a team-up with Kara for justice. In a move both totally surprising and not at all surprising, what? Jason Momoa, Aquaman in the DC EU, is there a difference, has been cast as Lobo, in the DCU, to make his first supporting appearance in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. And there's his tweet, because that's Jason Momoa on X, isn't it? Pride of Gypsies. A fire. I won't click it because it'll take it to another page. I'm not done yet. David Krumholtz, Oppenheimer, and Emily Beecham, 1899. I've seen her in something else. Have been cast in the film as Kara's parents, Zor-El and Allura, respectively. That's a baddie sort of name, isn't it? But anyway. Melissa Benoist is great. She is very pretty. and good actress. I liked her. She was good. She, in my opinion, had potential. Yes. Presumably, them two, they will feature in flashback since the characters are canonically dead by the time Supergirl is awakened on Earth. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is set for release in theatres June 26, 2026. So 6/26/26. Or 20, you'll have it 26/6/26, won't you? Because you crazy Americans do your dates the wrong way around. But anyway, so there we go. So Supergirl's coming, played by Millie Alcock, who I think looks like an ape. It's alright, I just do. I want Christian Bale back and Nolan and make them a 2-part Dark Knight Returns. Okie dokie. Don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. Yes, 6/26/20, whatever. Yes. We say 26/6/26, don't we? June the 26th. Yes. You put the month first, cause you're crazy. Anyway, right. Moving on. We haven't even got Superman yet, have we? There's been like test screenings, haven't there, for it, and or what you call review screen. I don't know what they call them. And some people are saying it's amazing, and some people are saying it's not that great. But anyway, for Superman. Anyway, what's next? John Wick is next. That's who's next. There he is. John Wick. Far Out, this is from, is it? I don't know. Must be. Michael Gordon reporting. John Wick 5 officially confirmed with Keanu Reeves to return. It's not from April the 1st, so maybe this is safe. I don't know. John Wick 5 is official, with Keanu Reeves confirmed to return as the titular assassin and Chad Stahelski again taking up directing duties. After years of speculation about the status of a fifth movie, Lionsgate Motion Picture Group chair Adam Fogelson told a packed audience at CinemaCon that Baba Yaga may not be as dead as he seemed at the end of John Wick Chapter 4. Spoilers! Lionsgate is developing the picture with Thunder Road's Basil Ivanik and Erica Lee as producers. Quote, Keanu, Chad, Basil and Erica would not return unless they had something truly phenomenal and fresh to say with these characters and this world, Fogelson assured fans. We can't wait for audiences to see where the journey takes us next. Ivanik and Lee added, it's so important to get this story right and give John's story the proper next step. It's exciting to take the first step on that road. So I'm guessing he's not dead then. It's been more than 2 years since Chapter 4 hit cinemas and banked an impressive $440 million. So it always seemed like a matter of time before Wick was brought back, despite the film ending with a shot of his grave. Maybe it's going to be like Constantine. Keanu Reeves also played, but anyway, whatever. However, Reeves denied the possibility of a fifth movie as recently as March, telling Extra, you know the character's dead. He died in John Wick Chapter 4. I know in Hollywood you can. I know, it's the Hollywood story. Right now there aren't any plans for a return. Justin says, I hope they do a Wick 5, but don't bring him back to kill him off. You never know, do you? You never know. I don't know how they're going to bring him back. Or maybe he's just not dead. You know, empty grave or something like that, empty coffin, and he'll be living in the middle of nowhere, in the wilderness, in a cabin. Anyway, having said that, it has already been confirmed that Reeves will play Wick in the upcoming spin-off Ballerina, which stars the lovely Ana de Armas, and is scheduled for release on June 6th, 2025. That's 6/6/25. You know that don't matter which way around you do it, does it? The same way they brought Sean Connery back in LXG. I've forgotten. I know that ends weird, doesn't it? He does die, doesn't he? Something happens with his great. I can't remember what happens at the end of that. It's a long time since I've seen it. Anyway, Because I've forgotten what happens at the end of LXG. I'll have to watch it again. Where were we? That isn't the only franchise extension on its way either. Donnie Yen is set to reprise his role of the blind assassin Kane in a spin-off movie he is also directing, while Shannon Tyndall is working on an anime prequel series to which Reeves will lend his voice. Was that it? All right, fair enough. There's the ballerina trail. Cool. I wonder when that'll be coming, though. Who knows? A couple of years at least. So there we go. So John Wick officially coming back, but no word from Keanu Reeves, I'm guessing. As he was saying only in March, last month, that there wasn't going to be a film. But anyway, but they're saying yes. Obviously, he couldn't say anything. He probably signed an NDA. But anyway, cool. Because everybody likes the John Wick films, don't they? For the most part. So hopefully it'll be just as exciting and cool as all the others are. Right, moving on. We'll see what's next. Oh, it's him. Yeah, John Boyega. It's John Boyega opening his gob. This is from Variety. Zach Sharf. John Boyega says Star Wars is so white that a black person existing in it is a big deal. Toxic fans are okay with us playing the friend, but we can't touch their heroes. I made a mistake yesterday. I think somebody else were covering this yesterday. I can't remember where. It either Geeks and Gamers or Midnight. I can't remember who. But when I was reading it, I thought he were having a go at Disney or Lucasfilm, the way they handled the character. But I think I was mistaken, and he does have a go at fans. I didn't think he were having a go at fans, but apparently he is. Anyway, there we go. John Boyega called out Star Wars for being so white during an interview as part of the new Apple TV Plus original documentary. I'm slavering. Number one on the call sheet, Black Leading Men in Hollywood, via Entertainment Weekly. Boyega debuted as Finn in Star Wars The Force Awakens and reprised the character in The Last Jedi. And The Rise of Palpatine. His role in the sequel trilogy led to online harassment from racist and toxic Star Wars fans, upset with a black actor playing a lead hero in the space franchise. It didn't happen like that. Yes, there were a few, but not that many. Most people were intrigued by his character. But anyway, whatever. They always say that, don't they? Always say that. Yes, there are idiots out there. Much as the idiot trolls in the chat, so I've got to faff about and get rid of them. It happens, whatever. So stop trying to make out that, it's a major problem, when it isn't. It's just an annoyance. But anyway, quote, let me tell you, Star Wars, most fans, me included, thought his character had great potential, and I was saying he's going, after Force Awakens, I was saying, he's going to lead a revolt of First Order stormtroopers and all that. They're going to rise up against the First Order, and obviously they never did that. Disney and Lucasfilm just ruined the character, didn't they? So it was Disney's, Lucasfilm's fault that the character ended up being rubbish, not the fans. But anyway. Continuing the quote, let me tell you, Star Wars always had the vibe of being in the most whitest elite space. It's a franchise that's so white that a black person existing in it was something. It didn't matter. Back in the 70s and early 80s, that's how it was. Particularly in sci-fi. But anyway, you can always tell it's something when some Star Wars fans try to say, well, we had Lando Calrissian and had Samuel L. Jackson. It's like telling me how many cookie chips are in the cookie dough. It's like they're just scattered in there. They just scattered that in there, bro. So much wasted potential in that franchise. Yes, Phasma, anyone. Yes, that's another one that got wasted. They even had a book, didn't she, written about Phasma, on screen. Same with General Hooks, another one. that got just wasted. Useless, anyway. Right, back to the quote. They're okay with us playing the best friend. This is what I run on, but I thought it was referring to Disney and Lucasfilm, but obviously I didn't see this bit up here where it's saying, where is it? Some Star Wars fans try and say, I'd missed that bit, I didn't notice that part, and I thought it was referring to Lucasfilm. Anyway, they're okay with us playing the best friend, but once we touch their heroes, once we lead, once we trailblaze, it's like, oh my god, it's just a bit too much, they're pandering. That's not the case at all. The actor added, while also acknowledging that being cast in the franchise was a fundamental moment in his career. Yeah, it made him a star. The only other thing he'd been in of note before that would Attack the Block, and he was really, really good in that. You know, oozing charisma in that film. I don't think he had that many lines in it, but just his screen presence in Attack the Block. What amazing. And I said he's going to be a massive star, this lad. I said when I watched Attack the Block back in the day. I said, he's going to be a huge star. And he is, but saying things like this isn't going to help, is it? Boyega first aired his grievances to GQ magazine, Gentleman's Quarterly, in 2020 about Disney's fumbling of diversity in his Star Wars trilogy. Yes, Disney fumbled it, and Lucasfilm. He said at the time, what I would say to Disney is do not bring out a black character, market them to be much more important in the franchise than they are, and then have them pushed to the side. That's exactly what happened to him. It's not good, I'll say it straight up. They turned him into a janitor. But even in I think in the books that came out around the time of Force Awakens, he was supposed to be this amazing stormtrooper that was like a squad leader and top of his class and all this stuff. But then in the film, they made him a janitor. You guys knew what to do with Daisy Ridley. You knew what to do with Adam Driver, Boyega continued. But when it came to Kelly Marie Tran, when it came to John Boyega, you know F all. So what do you want me to say? What they want you to say is I enjoyed being a part of it. It was a great experience. Nah. I'll take that deal when it's a great experience. They gave all the nuance to Adam Driver, all the nuance to Daisy Ridley. Let's be honest. Daisy knows this. Adam knows this. Everybody knows. I'm not exposing anything. That's nothing to do with the fans. That is Disney and Lucasfilm is having a go. That's probably what I was thinking of. That's a dig at Lucasfilm and Disney. So you can't blame the fans for that. Because they didn't have anything to do with the writing of that trilogy, did they? Boyega later revealed to THR that a Disney executive reached out to him following his GQ interview. He said he had a very honest, very transparent conversation with the Disney executive and added there was a lot of explaining on their end in terms of the way they saw things. Don't forget also they shrunk him on the poster for China because China don't like coloured people, black people, whatever you want to call them these days. They gave me a chance also to explain what my experience was like. I'd hoped that me being so open with my career at this stage would help the next man, the guy that wants to be the assistant DOP, the guy that wants to be a producer. I hope that the conversation is not such a taboo or elephant in the room now because someone just came and said it. Number one on the call sheet, Black Leading Men in Hollywood, is now available to stream on Apple TV+. I think this article, and I think other YouTubers have made more of this than it actually is. Yes, he does have a go at fans. That there. You can always tell it's something when some Star Wars fans try to say, well, we had Lando Calrissian, Samuel L. Jackson, and then he's saying, but they're just scattered in there. So yes, he has a go at fans there. But it doesn't say toxic fans. He's saying Star Wars fans. It's the media again. It's the journalists that are stirring up trouble, going on about toxic fans. The rest of it is going on about Disney and Lucasfilm, really. But anyway, whatever. Oh, there's that bit as well. It's on about the fans there as well, isn't it? But I think it's a bit overblown. But I don't think he'll be back playing Finn, will he? If they ever do Daisy Ridley's film, if they ever do, which is probably unlikely, but anyway. So there we go, John Boy, another, because he's a Hollywood star now, isn't he? Opening the big mouth and putting the foot right in it, and then not endearing themselves to the people that put them where they are, the fans, people who go and pay for the cinema tickets and stuff like that. Moving on, before I lose my temper, gets on my nerves. Right, next up, Sydney Sweeney. I wasn't sure if this were April Fool's thing. Maybe it is. I have no idea. Anyway, this is from the Flickering Myth. Sydney Sweeney in talks for a live-action Gundam movie. I know nothing about Gundam, although it looks a bit like Transformers. I don't know anything about it, genuinely. Anyway, Deadline is reporting that Euphoria and Anyone But You star Sydney Sweeney is in final talks with Legendary Entertainment about joining the cast of their live-action mecha movie Gundam. The Gundam movie has been in development at Legendary for several years now, with the studio teaming with Bandai Namco Filmworks, owner of the Japanese franchise, which first launched back in 1979 with the anime series Mobile Suit Gundam. Gundam is more like Space Pacific Rim. Okie dokie. Justin says, those movies were all over the place. The writing was terrible. I gave them a shot, though. Rogue One was excellent. Yes, it was. It was an interesting character, but the stories were bad. Yes, let's say it had lots of potential, the character, and they just ruined. Well, they ruined all the characters basically. But anyway. Oh, excuse me, do some burping. Anyway, back to Gundam and Sydney Sweeney. Maybe that'll get me some views. Right, plot details for the Gundam movie have been kept under wraps, but the franchise takes place in the future, where a population crisis has led humanity to emigrate to space colonies, and the Earth Federation is in conflict with the separatist Principality of Zeon, fighting a war via giant robot mechs called mobile suits, and there's one of them. I'd say I've never seen Gundam. Sounds like robot jocks. Jim Mickles, which was probably inspired by Gundam. Jim Mickles, Sweet Tooth. Oh, that's what he's written. All right, is attached to write and direct the Gundam movie, having taken over from Jordan Vought Roberts, Kong Skull Island. I really liked that film. Who was originally attached to helm the project for Legendary when it was first announced. Should negotiations prove successful, Gundam will join an increasingly hectic slate for Sweeney. The actress is currently shooting the third season of HBO's Euphoria and has Ron Howard's Eden, Michael Pearce's Echo Valley, Paul Feig's, was it Feigs? Don't know, The Housemaid, and David Michaud's as yet untitled Christy Martin biopic all in the can. Who the hell's Christy Martin? I have no idea. But she's got a biopic. Whoever she is, don't know. Her upcoming projects, meanwhile, include the Coleman Domingo directed scandalous A24's The Mask of the Red Death. We'll bet that's interesting. And the just announced I Pretended to Be a Missing Girl, while she also remains attached to Sony's long-planned Barbarella remake. Yay! That's what we're all waiting for, isn't it? She was good in Immaculate. She starred in that, produced that. Really good film, Immaculate. I really enjoyed that. But anyway, here's what you're all here for, really. There she is. Anyway, is that it? Right, fair enough. So, she's going to be in Gundam. What should she be doing? I have no idea. But anyway, Wingrace says, I assumed you were doing the story about her marriage. Oh, yeah, she's not engaged to whoever she was engaged to. They've split up, haven't they? So, men around the world rejoice. Apparently she's with somebody else already. But anyway, I'm old enough to be a grandfather. Anyway, but there you go. Another one that, she's pretty, she's attractive, but there's something up with her eyes. I know I'm being a bit of a perfectionist and thinking, criticising people, but she kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like her eyes are a bit like that, a bit droopy eyes, but whatever. So there we go. In talks for live-action Gundam movie. I'll have to have a look at Gundam stuff, because I've never watched it. I'm not into anime. That's it. You see, I'm not. I like some anime. Some I've seen. Back in the olden days of the Sci-Fi Channel, I used to watch a thing called Armitage 3, and I quite enjoyed that. The Ninja Scroll. They used to show a lot of it back in the day. I don't know if they do now, but I like Ninja Scroll as well, and Ghost in the Shell, the first one, whatever, I don't know. But other stuff, I don't know. It gets a bit samey for me. But anyway, she better name her kid Todd. So in assembly, well, not assembly, when they're marking the register, Sweeney, Todd. Here, sir, making pies. Anyway, that's if she keeps her name. Right, moving on. What's next? That's enough of Sydney Sweeney. I'm thinking of Sweeney Todd in my head then. Right, what's next? Tom Hardy. This could be another April Fool's. I have no idea. From the playlist, by the playlist, Tom Hardy isn't sure how possible more Mad Max is, and would love to have a proper Star Wars role. Oh yeah, because they were talking that he played a stormtrooper, didn't he, in one of the Force Awakens? Don't know. I'm sure it'll tell us in this. Is that make that a bit bigger? There we go. Right, and there he is in Fury Road, and is that him? or was it just a random one? I don't know. Looks like Force Awakens, doesn't it? He's a Trek Wars alum. Yes, another one. Yes, because obviously he played Shinzon, didn't he, in Star Trek Nemesis. Anyway, right. Our journalist stirring the pot for no reason, recently in a red carpet interview for Paramount Plus's new organised crime family drama Mobland, star Tom Hardy, Venom, was asked about more Mad Max with the suggestion that more Max could secretly be shooting in Australia this year. Playfully, Hardy told the journo he wouldn't tell them anything even if there was something to tell, which people still took to mean something. Well, yeah, you can't confirm or deny, can you? It doesn't matter what you say, but anyway, but it just doesn't seem to be a thing. Hardy joined the Discourse podcast this week to speak about the excellent crime drama Mobland. Pardon me, I've heard it's quite good there. Pardon me, Pierce Brosnan, isn't it? Is it Helen Mirren as well? Anyway, but I haven't got Paramount Plus because I cancelled it. Anyway, got to save money somewhere. Mobland, wherein Hardy plays a fixer for an elite London crime family. Watch The Gentleman on Netflix. If you want, crime, comedy crime stuff, great stuff. The Gentleman. When asked about this or the possibility of more Mad Max films, Hardy sounded unsure, likely since 2023's Mad Max Furiosa stumbled hard at the box office last year, failing to hit $175 million even worldwide. I didn't know it had done that bad. I've not seen it, by the way, Furiosa. I liked Fury Road, but I've never got round to watching Furiosa. Anyway, I don't know how possible it is, Hardy said sceptically about the likelihood of more Mad Max films that he might star in. Still, he remembers the film fondly, including working with filmmaker George Miller. That was my first experience of anything like that in the aspect of that amount of action, Hardy said about the notoriously gruelling shoot in Australia in 2013, and that set me up really well for the rest of my career in that regard to go, OK, that's how it's done. So nothing's fazed me since then because that was like basic training, but it wasn't basic at all, he continued. That experience was a rocket. Getting me back to more Max wouldn't take much. I'd be happy to go. I remember seeing him way back in the day. He was in Band of Brothers, briefly. Didn't have much clothes on either in that. He played, a GI who... in bed with I think a lady of the night, and he got, tumbled out of bed and had to go into action or whatever. Yeah, I remember him in that. one of the first things I saw him in. Justin says, used to like Sydney, but the Glenn Powell rumours, and she was just with just recently. Now I'm not a fan anymore. With him just recently. Oh yeah, I don't know. Since Immaculate, like I said, saw her in Immaculate, I've kind of warmed to her. I think she can act and she can produce and all that stuff. And that film was her baby, Immaculate, and I really liked it. Anyway, of course, Hardy famously had a small cameo in Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Oh, in The Last Jedi. So why were they showing a picture from Force Awakens? I'm sure it was. That did not make the theatrical cut, alright, but surfaced as a deleted scene. In it, Hardy is incognito as a stormtrooper who interacts with John Boyega's Finn character, but was that enough to scratch his itch from a galaxy far, far away drinking game? These bloody safety lids are a pain, aren't they? Let kids choke on them, they'll learn. Anyway. I love Star Wars. My favourite character is Han Solo. No, I'd be well up for doing more Star Wars, he said. He'd be a good Han Solo, wouldn't he? They could, get rid of, I forgot his name now. The other fella, him that's got a weird name. Him that's about 2 foot tall. Get rid of him. Played Han Solo in Solo. Get Tom Hardy in. Anyway, that was great. I've always wanted to be in a Star Wars film, he continued, so playing a stormtrooper was fantastic. While his face was not seen on screen, Hardy's character had a noticeably southern accent, and he says, as in American southern accent, like the southern states, not southern England accent, going, talking all like that, that's a southern accent. But anyway, and he says that choice was an homage to his character in Alejandro González Iñárritu's The Revenant. Okay. And I took Fitzgerald from The Revenant and put him into the Stormtrooper outfit, he explained. Yeah, I wanted to give a little bit of a nod to Alejandro. No, enough with the old characters. Cast him as a new guy with no Skywalker connections. Yeah, whatever. But I can see him as a Han Solo. They could do worse. Anyway, you hear that one Kathleen Kennedy may before you hand up. You hear that one Kathleen Kennedy. Maybe you hear that one, should be comma, Kathleen Kennedy, maybe before you hand off the reins. Tom Hardy would love to be in a Star War. Oh, I hate it when they say that. Additional reporting by Mike D'Angelo. Is that it? Right, there we go. The trailers for Mobland. So he's up for it. To be in a Star War. Justin says, sorry, I'm old school. There were cheating rumours. I'm still on about Sydney. Cheating rumours, and it looks like there was stuff there when they said, no, we're friends. Sorry, old school. That's fine. Justin's not a fan of Sydney Sweeney anymore. And I just am because of Immaculate. I really like that film. But anyway. Don't care about her private life. Yes. But each to their own. Okay, I'm done. Oh dear. Right, so anyway, he wants to be... He'd be in a Mad Max if they asked him. But it seems like there's rumours that there is a Mad Max shooting in Australia, so will he be there? Don't know. And he wants to be in Star Wars as well, so, chuck him in a Star... No, don't. Because Star Wars films aren't good these days, are they? I wouldn't be surprised, though, with them saying that, if he has been in a Star Wars film and we're going to see him in Mandalorian and Grogu. As Han Solo! You never know. Right, moving on. I don't know how many more we've got to go. How are we doing? Two more stories. Right, another one that came out yesterday, so it could be an April Fool's. I have no idea. This one's about Clone Wars. Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 8's scrapped story plans addressed by Obi-Wan Kenobi star, i.e. the fella that voiced Obi-Wan in The Clone Wars. What did Dave Filoni have planned for the cancelled Season 8 of Star Wars The Clone Wars? Right. Star Wars The Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi star revealed excuse me, what fans almost saw in Season 8 and which storylines were recycled. Set between the events of Star Wars Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, the Clone Wars animated series debuted in 2008 but was cancelled in 2013 during its 6th season. Prior to the show's initial demise, a 7th and 8th season of the Clone Wars was relatively far along with early animation and voice work completed. These plans would ultimately be scrapped once the show was cancelled, though some elements were brought back for Disney Plus's revival of the show's final season. And there's Obi-Wan. In promoting the King of Kings at WonderCon, James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi, addressed Lucasfilm's original plans. Didn't he do loads of other voices as well? Addressed Lucasfilm's original plans for the Clone Wars Season 8 prior to the show's cancellation. When asked how the show's scrapped seasons differed from the Clone Wars Season 7, the ultimate release on Disney+, James Arnold Taylor told the director Russ Milheim, why am I struggling reading this, aren't I? That Star Wars Rebels contained a lot of the stories we would have seen from the original plans. So Dave Filoni really had, quote, really kind of had to master these stories because we had Rebels that came out right after Clone Wars, and a lot of the stories that we would have seen in Clone Wars, I think, kinda ended up, and the Ahsoka storyline, Vader's storyline, those scenes kinda ended up in Rebels to a degree. Star Wars Rebels, which takes place 14 years after Revenge of the Sith and before A New Hope, ran from 2014 to 2018 and featured familiar characters from the Clone Wars, including Ahsoka Tano, Darth Vader, and even Arnold's Obi-Wan Kenobi via Holocron. According to the voice actor, showrunner Dave Filoni had envisioned the Clone Wars finale that overlapped with Revenge of the Sith way back in Season 2 and possibly earlier, saying, so then, how do you take that and craft it and bring it back around and make it make sense in a 7th season? But they did, didn't they? They did that bit, and it were amazing. It were really good. That about 3 or 4 episodes, wasn't it? In that 7th season of Clone Wars that they did, the overlap with Revenge of the Sith, Order 66 and all that. It were cool. But Filoni did an amazing job. Everybody did an amazing job doing that. I remember back in Season 2 having this sounds very Hollywood, we were at the ranch. I was at Skywalker Ranch and I was hanging out with Dave Filoni. And he was telling D. Bradley Baker, who's the voice of all the clones, and myself, the story. Oh, that's what I'm thinking of, not James. I'm thinking of D. Bradley Baker doing lots of different voices. And myself, the story of what he hoped to do someday, kind of bringing Vader back in and wrapping Episode 3 in, and he did it masterfully. Since the Clone Wars, James Arnold Taylor has continued to voice Obi-Wan Kenobi in animated Star Wars projects, including Star Wars Tales of the Jedi and several Star Wars Lego titles. Check out how those blah 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 blah. Is Disney Plus's Ahsoka another scrapped Clone Wars storyline? Oh, Ahsoka wasn't good though, was it? He was the best thing, Ray Stevenson, and now he's not with us anymore, unfortunately. Wonder what they're going to do. Have they recast him? I think did I see somewhere that the character's been recast. Anyway, not only did Season 7 of Star Wars The Clone Wars expand the events of Revenge of the Sith, while also wrapping up Ahsoka, Rex, Anakin, and the Clones' arcs, but it also explained certain events from Star Wars Rebels which concluded 2 years prior in 2018. So not only did Dave Filoni finally get to tell his Ahsoka and Vader story, but he did so across 2 animated shows instead of 1. Still, as a series like Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire, and The Bad Batch for Disney Plus have shown, that doesn't mean he's ready to close the book on all of his Clone Wars ideas. In 2023, Ahsoka on Disney Plus brought many of Filoni's animated heroes and a fan favourite villain into live action. Pardon me, what was the villain? I've forgotten there. While also revisiting Ahsoka's relationship with Anakin, Darth Vader, and the Clone Wars Mortis God storyline. It wasn't good though. I didn't mind the first couple of episodes, but it just got poo as the season went on. It just did. And it were pointless by the end. The characters just swapped places. But with Ahsoka Season 2 allegedly kicking off soon, the question is, how much of that animated prequel series will return in this Mandoverse series, and if Star Wars fans are seeing more of the Clone Wars scrapped seasons than previously thought. It probably, because, he just loves doing his Clone Wars stuff, doesn't he, in live action. Check out blah, 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 blah. Star Clone Wars streaming on Disney Plus. Oh, that's it, fair enough. That was a pointless article, wasn't it? It didn't really say anything, did it? Some of his ideas for Season 8 of Clone Wars ended up in Rebels and in Ahsoka. Fair enough. Whatever. Next. Last one. Oh, dear, I'm snotting. Right. This was from The Verge, although I'm reading it through MSN because I couldn't find the actual article from The Verge, but it's through MSN. You can't see it. Oh, you can. There's there. Right, Nintendo's Legend of Zelda movie hits theatres in March 2027, says Andrew Webster. Nintendo's news app is already breaking some news. Today it revealed the premiere date for the upcoming live-action Zelda movie. I hope this isn't another April Fool, but anyway. The film, which appears to be called simply The Legend of Zelda, will hit theatres worldwide on March 26th, 2027. Here's a screenshot of the reveal, except it doesn't do it. Look, it just does that, which is pointless. So, luckily, I've got it here. But not that. I meant to show you this. Of the April Fool's things, this is my favourite April Fool's joke. The Frymo air fryer. I don't know if you got them in America. In the UK, a popular, hover mower, one of them lawn mowers that hovers, don't have wheels, one of them. It's called Flymo. And so they did a new product that they're doing for April 1st, the Frymo, which tickled me. Anyway, that's not what I'm showing you, is that. The Legend of Zelda, the live-action film of Legend of Zelda, will be released worldwide on March 26th, 2027. So 2 years away, right. Oh, what am I doing here? Where's that gone? I'm confused. Let's get rid of that. Right. We still know next to nothing about the movie, which was first announced in 2023, following the breakout success of the animated Super Mario Bros. Movie, which earned more than $1 billion at the box office. It'll be directed by Wes Ball, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which is amazing. Really good film, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. While Zelda and Mario creator Shigeru Miyamoto will serve as producer, much as he did on the Super Mario movie. By the way, I'm not a Nintendo person. I've got a Nintendo Wii there. I don't know if you can see it. No, it's there. Nintendo Wii there. Never gets used. It's plugged in and everything. Never use it. I bet the batteries have all leaked in my Wiimote. Anyway. Never been a Nintendo guy. My son had a Nintendo Switch. He never used it. We ended up selling it. Took it down to the CEX shop, that they can either get money off games or they'll just pay you next to nothing in cash. And he did that. Anyway, whatever. Right, the news comes at an extremely busy time for Nintendo, which is just about to properly reveal the Switch 2 event on April 2nd, which happened today. Lots of games revealed. Mario Kart, and they're doing like GameCube classic GameCube games are coming to Switch 2. What else were there? The Dusk Bloods or something. It's like a Bloodborne, Dark Souls type thing coming exclusively to the Switch 2. What else? Well, there are other stuff as well. Wasn't there? As I said, I'm not a Nintendo person. I'll not be getting a Switch 2. While it's also expanding into the broader entertainment world through feature films and theme parks. Yes, there's a big theme park coming in Florida, I think. Is that it? All right, there we go. So yes, live action Zelda movie coming. Who they're going to get to play Link? Will it be an unknown, or will it be somebody famous? Be Matt Damon or somebody like that? I don't know idea. And who'll be playing Zelda? Justin says, if they do Zelda Ocarina of Time, it will make $1 billion. You'd think so, wouldn't you? I never had a Nintendo 64, so I never played Ocarina of Time. So I don't know. I've had a quick go of Wind Waker on. We had that on. Got it for my son for the GameCube, and obviously it plays on the Wii. I had a quick go of that. Maybe it wasn't for me. Don't know. But anyway. But there we go. But like I say, it's a massive franchise, isn't it? The Zeldas always do well. Always do well. Right, so there we go. So that's coming in 2 years' time. Who's going to be playing the characters, though? I have no idea. We'll see. I'm sure we will learn things in the fullness of time. That game is certified. Is that a goat? Greatest of all time. I think it's a goat, yes. Anyway, right. So I think that was it. I think that was the last news item of the evening. Let me have a look. Yes, that was it. Yes, that was it. Right. So we'll leave it there. We're all done and dusted. I'll put timestamps in. By the way, I forgot to mention, the links for all the articles are in the description down below. Yes, the GOAT. Greatest of all time. As I said, I'm not a Nintendo person. Anyway. I've never have been a Nintendo person. I ever had a SNES or a NES. I had a Sega Master System briefly. I don't know whatever happened to that. But anyway. I never even had a... what do you call it? You call it a Genesis. We called it something else. Mega Drive. Sega Mega Drive. Never even had one of them. Anyway. Wingray says, double feature. We're having one of them on Friday. So that's what's coming up next. So, what's coming up next? On Friday Night Appointment with Fear. Double feature. House of Frankenstein. House of Dracula. Obviously not just watching them. We'll, exploring what's going on in those films. Sorry, I'm just checking something. And then on Monday for Magnificent Mondays next week, we're doing The Rocketeer, yay, which I watched recently on Disney Plus before this arrived. Cool film. Ooh. And then next Friday, a week on Friday, I haven't set it up yet, but we're doing Final Destination 2. So there we go. Right. We'll leave it there. Can't think of anything else. Don't forget, by the way, to like and subscribe and share and comment and all that stuff and blah, blah, blah. And explore the description for links for stuff like my books and stuff and merch and blah, blah, all that malarkey. Right, so thanks, Wingrace, and thanks, Justin34, and Tim Rose as well for keeping me company, and not thanks to all the idiots who got kicked out again. Of course, I risked opening up the chat. But anyway, so we'll leave it there. So, thanks for watching. Hang on, I've got to get sorted here. Which one is it? There we go. Thanks for watching, and wherever you are, look after each other, and until next time, I'll say that I'm sure I forgot something. pretty sure I forgot. Tough. Nothing we can do about it. I'll say the...
That old Yorkshire geek with stories too